Well, it's my job to make you guys start thinking a little deeper sometimes. A lot of us are quick to give a generic answer. I mean, the first thing that, I would have said too would have been, either an extra espresso with a good friend, to vent about the daily troubles or the extra sleep or the massage, or they're all great things. But my job is to make you guys think a little bit more, to make you guys get a little bit more in touch with your inner selves so that you guys can do the self-love and the self-care parts of life that so many of you miss out on, that we will be touching base on here in a couple minutes. Trey, are you ready? I don't know why it keeps doing this weird flippy thing where it looks like it's inside out, but it's clearly not. All right, hit that guess button and we will get you in. My hair's crooked. Everything today is just not. I'm telling you, it's the humidity in the hair and the air. I'm blaming that. Oh my God, you guys, again, welcome everybody. Good morning. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all of you. Hello, Trey. Did you request it? I don't see it. It's humid here. It's very humid. Thank you for the favorites. Thank you for the gifts, guys. And more importantly, thank you for being here. Let's welcome Trey. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry about that. I'm not good at subtle cues. Like you have to like be like.
That's okay. That's okay. We got you. We're good. So first, I'd like to say thank you very much for taking time out of your workday to be here. I appreciate it. And secondly, tell these fine folks what we're going to be discussing today.
Basically, just going to be talking about learning all your lessons the hard way. I mean, every lesson. So, yeah, that's basically what I'll be talking about today.
Okay, so what do you think was the first, when you first realized, what were you doing in that moment where you're like, oh my God, why do I have to do everything so difficult? What was that one lesson where you were like, oh my God?
All right, so I kind of figure I'd start off with the youngest memory I can remember of doing things the hard way and not listening to other people. I was living in Germany. My dad was in the military, and we had this little, we were living in government quarters, and probably 4th or 5th floor. And my mom had this old 70s style mini refrigerator with the little freezer top. And my mom told me, that it only opens from the outside. It only opens from the outside. Well, in my head, I'm like, no way. Like, a door opens both ways. There's no way that door only opens from the outside. And so one day she's cooking. She asked me to go get some butter out of this little mini fridge on the patio. So I go out there, and I couldn't have been more than 7 years old. And I go out there, and I decide to test that theory.
Willingly?
So I climb into the mini fridge, and I close the door. I locked myself in the mini refrigerator. Thank God she really, really needed that butter, because I'm beaten and kicking. I'm stuck. I'm suffocating. I am terrified because I'm locked in this little mini refrigerator. Nobody can hear me scream. And so my sister opens the door, and I come flying out of the refrigerator, and I scare the crap out of my sister. And my mom was right. Guess what? I never climbed in that refrigerator again and closed the door. So, I mean, we're talking, that's the first memory of me being stubborn and trying to, prove somebody wrong, learning something the hard way.
I've got to ask, how long was it before your sister could open that fridge again? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if one of my siblings came flying out of a fridge at me, I would be so scared to ever open that dang door again.
Yeah, for sure.
Your poor sister.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I scared her like from birth on. I mean, that's little brother's job to scare your sister. But so that's pretty much where it started. And then throughout life, uh, I've nearly bankrupted myself, blowing money, doing stupid things, buying stuff I didn't need. And I always had somebody, whether it was a friend, family, whoever. You need to hold money. You need to save money. I work in a very volatile field that has a lot of ups and downs.
Hmm.
And when it's down, there's layoffs, there's loss of income, cut schedules, et cetera, et cetera. And I thought having Hellcat red eyes and fancy stuff was more important than putting money aside. um Even, I hate to say it, even on this app at one time, same thing. People said you need to stop spending so much money on this app, like put something away. And I mean, there's been times in my life that I've almost been bankrupted because I wouldn't listen to people that said, hey, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. um Run-ins with the law, misspent youth. I was wild. I was extremely wild when I was young, and it literally took me being threatened with 20 years in prison before I got my life together and started acting right. So literally every lesson I've learned, you can't just tell me. I mean, earlier you said, all right, we'll get Trey in the box. You I didn't I didn't listen. Like, you literally had to say, all right, where are you at? I don't see you, like. So I mean, that's basically like my message to everybody is, you don't know everything. And there are people that are wiser, people that have had life experiences that you don't quite understand. And if somebody's telling you something, you should probably listen. Uh, if they're giving you unbiased advice, then open your ears, open your heart, and listen to what they have to say, because they're just trying to help. They're not trying to boss you around. They're not trying to tell you what to do. They're just trying to help you. So as I've gotten older, I'm 39 years old now, and now I listen to what other people have to say.
I
So
think for the biggest thing that I didn't understand is my folks would always say, when you're older, you'll get it. When you're older, you'll get it. You'll understand when you're older. And I think the biggest thing that I understand is the older I get, the more I realize I don't know a damn thing. The older you get, the realize the less you know. And the reason that you were given two ears and one mouth is because you are supposed to listen more than speak. So, yeah, I think that a lot of the younger folks, especially in your early 20s, I think that's probably when I was the worst. I was probably worse in my early 20s than I even was as like a kid or a teenager. Um, because at that point, I was the adult and I knew better and nobody could tell me. Oh, God, I wish I would have listened. I just think all the money I blew on, why did I need all the clothes or all the shoes or all the thises or all the that's when I could have that money saved and be taking trips and vacations and making memories versus all the material crap that I had that I just either threw out or sold for, a very small percentage of what I paid, or yeah. Like
yeah,
caramba.
mine was cars. I have literally owned a car lot in my lifetime.
Okay.
And like and it, like, at one point, I had my midlife crisis at a very young age. I needed, like I said, I traded in a Challenger for a Challenger Hellcat. I traded in that Hellcat. 2 months later, went back and bought the same Hellcat that was sitting on the lot. My car. I went and bought my car back because I missed it. Got rid of that. Got a Hellcat red eye wide body. Like, I mean, I'm talking car, and it was dumb. It was really dumb. And everyone's like, "Why are you doing this?" And I was like, "Because I want to. It's my money. I do what I want."
Right.
But literally, I was that kid that, your parents always say, "Don't touch that. It's hot." I'll touch it twice just to make sure it was hot both times.
I yeah. My son is the same way. I'll tell him until I'm blue in the face. So my daughter, she's got a lot more sense, and she listens a lot more to that stuff. But she still does her basic kid, needs to learn her basic stuff as a kid. Um, what do you think would be probably a lesson you made the most difficult, but could have been easy advice?
Sorry about that. Could you repeat that?
Okay. What do you think is a lesson, like looking back, like a lesson that had you just listened to someone's advice could have been super easy, but you yourself made it super hard?
Definitely when I got in a little bit of trouble living in San Antonio. I was very young and I was running around with a lot of not so savory characters. And my family told me, other, like, friends that weren't associated with these said people, everyone told me, like, these people are nothing but trouble. They're not your friends. They're going to get you in a bind. And I made it very difficult to learn that lesson by being with them when they did something that they should not have done. I was there, guilty by association, period. Uh, and the results of that, I got scared. I took off. I got caught later on. I ended up spending my 21st birthday, Christmas, New Year's, and my 21st birthday in Bexar County Jail in San Antonio, Texas. Missed the holidays, missed the big 21, all that because I didn't listen. And the end result of that was being put on 5 years of deferred in lieu of going to prison at 21 years old. So I was literally told by a lot of people in my family I would end up in prison or dead before I turned 21 because that's the kind of life I was living. So, and here I am. Yeah, here I am, 39 years old, successful, children, living a pretty comfortable, pretty good life. But it took that time of me getting in trouble. I mean, I messed up a lot before that, but that was the big one. That was the big one. So that changed my life. I honestly don't regret it now because without that, I who knows where I would have ended up.
And that's something else too, that the older I get, the bigger the lesson and the harder it was, generally means the more we needed it. Right? Like, I was the same as you. I caught myself with the wrong kids. I was very angry. I was a very angry teenager. Hell, I've been angry. I was angry from the time I was 5 until I was in my mid 30s. And so I did a lot of stupid things to distract myself. And I found myself in the wrong group. And again, one of those situations where you're like, my life is over and I destroyed it, is actually that exact moment that you needed to change, to be better, to do better, and to get on the right track. So some of you that are going through some really hard stuff, just remember that this is like your second chance. This is your chance to get your head on straight and do the right things from here on out. That being said, is there anything else that you wanted to add to it before we get into a little bit of personal streaming with Trey?
No, that's pretty much it. Like I said, just listen when people talk. I mean, you might not agree with what they have to say, but at least take it into consideration when you're about to make a decision.
So Trey, tell these guys, when do you stream? What can we find in your stream?
Well, I normally try to stream around 7 p.m. Central. When I'm working, it's kind of hit and miss. You'll catch me randomly throughout the day. Unfortunately, sometimes you're looking at my truck ceiling, but I'm there. I'm talking. I'm interacting. I just can't be on camera, obviously. You can find me sitting there cutting up, acting silly. Sometimes we'll get into little games. Sometimes just generally goofy conversation, and lots of love and friendships built in my stream and others. I'm seeing several people in here that I know. All good people.
You have a
I
lot of them.
just came back. I just came back to the app about 5 weeks ago. So that this account's been active about 5 weeks, and in that 5 week time, I've run into a lot of people that I didn't speak to for 6 months while I was gone. And through those people and others, I've made a lot of new friends and a lot of new connections. So
Yeah, you're definitely
pretty much
killing it
just a
on the
fun,
app.
chill stream.
If you guys haven't done so already, favorite Trey. He's got just kind of like over here, he's got a mad amount of regulars and they're just good people. You know, there's no drama over there. It's just, you know, the ladies say hi to everybody, the guys say hi to everybody. So yeah, if you guys are looking for another chill stream to be on, definitely favorite Trey. Do you have any events coming up that you're hosting, or any of that fun stuff?
I'm in Tee It Up's Bad Boy auction on July 8th at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. It's a 1 minute auction, so it'll be flying by pretty quick. Uh, that's pretty much the only event that I have coming up.
Nice, nice, nice. All right. Well, again, you guys, before I let him go, this is your last chance to hit him with a favorite. Please do so. And thank you very much again, Trey, for being on the show. I appreciate it. And I will let you go because I know you have a busy day.
All right. I appreciate you, Lily. Thank you, everybody. Bye, guys.
All right. He's been favorite for a long time. You guys, so when he first started streaming again, I don't even know how I fumbled into his stream, and I've been going back a lot. I haven't been in there much this last week, but to be fair, I've not even been on the app much this past week. Personal life has been taking its toll, but we're doing good. We're pushing back, and we're making stuff happen. Now is the self-care, self-love part of this. So Cap Girl, in about I don't know, we'll say 10 minutes or so, we will have you hop in the box and we will hear your lesson life has taught you. Self-care question number 1 is the same every week, and it is, what have you done for yourself today? Self-care question number 1 is, what have you done for yourself today? I got up and got ready and got on here, so I'm excited. I've had a hard time getting up and getting ready the last week, so I know, Smiley, you messaged me and you had coffee. You said no. Good. Lions has got out of bed. You talked to Rambo, painted my nails. You're gonna have a fun night out. Hello, hello, hello. Keeping yourself motivated. Good, good. Again, you guys, thank you for the favorites. Thank you for the gifts. And if you're just tuning in, welcome to Lessons Learned. My name is Silly Lily, and we meet here every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I have generally 2 guests, and we talk about whatever lesson they pick that life has taught them that they are willing to share with you. If you are looking to be on the show, please, please, please make sure that you hit up Emoji J or myself on Instagram, and we'll get you on the show. If you're looking to be on any other show, again, Emoji J, he is an admin for lots and lots and lots of featured shows. So please message him. You don't have to make yourself super vulnerable being on a show like this. However, there are tons of other types of shows, game shows, cooking shows, dating shows, whatever shows that you could think of. And if you happen to think of a show that we don't have, you can talk to Jay and he'll tell you how to get that set up too. See, look at that. Options. And at the end, yeah, and again, guys, make sure that you guys, because in the last couple of minutes I asked you guys, what show do you recommend? Because I can't remember all the featured shows, especially in that moment, and for whatever reason I can't remember to make a list of all of my favorite shows so that I can just read them off of the paper. I only remember halfway through every featured show, like right now, that I should be doing this. But all right. So again, featured show, Lessons Learned. I'm Silly Lily. If you missed Trey, Trey more or less said, for those of you who don't like to listen and like to learn the hard way, stop it. I mean, that was it. Stop. Just listen. We don't have all the answers. And believe it or not, if you're 21 and someone in their late 30s or early 40s is telling you something, 99% of the time, shh, listen. It's not easier said than done. It's only hard when you make that hard. We all know how to take advice. It's what we do with it. And what is so wrong with trying something that might work better? Because I like to ask myself all the time, you guys here kind of deterring, but again, this is part of self-love, self-care. I've been fighting my inner demons, okay, with all these changes, this new job. I'm leaving home for a month. I'm going to be 12 hours away from home, my kid, my everything that I know. I'm taking Josh, but he drives me bonkers, right? So I don't know how that's going to go. We're hoping for the best, right? But I keep saying, and I keep questioning myself, oh my God, what if this goes bad? What if I go down there and I can't do this? What if I go down there and, you know, I make things worse? What if I don't make the money I expect to make? What if I can't do this? What if I can't? To the point to where I started to literally drive myself crazy and I shut down. And I don't know if you guys know who Mel Robbins is, okay? But Mel Robbins is one of my favorite motivational speakers. And one of her big things is a 5-second rule. And that's kind of how I started walking the other day, because I've been upset and I haven't been active. And when you're not active and you sit around and you mope, that's how you feel, right? So I was like, nope, you're going to get up tomorrow. 5-second rule, because that was what I listened to right before I went to bed, her telling me about the 5-second rule. And we can talk about Mel Robbins all the rest of this weekend if you want. I absolutely freaking love her. And she's going to say 30% of the reason why I'm able to pull my head and flip the switch. Because she then said, what if this is the best thing you ever did? What if this is the greatest decision you've ever made? What if this goes better than you've ever possibly imagined? What if this is exactly what you need to do? And why have you denied yourself this opportunity to grow for all these years and stuck in the same job without the raise, with the cranky boss, not getting enough hours, barely able to pay the bills? Why have I kept myself here when I know I have the ability to be here? I'm one of the most hardworking people I know. And I don't say that lightly. But if you've been in my streams, you know what I do. I do home remodeling. I'm drywall, tile, roofing, siding, gutters. I work hard. So why do I think I can't do these things I've been trained to do for 10 years? Why do I panic when it becomes my own responsibility? Why do I allow myself to get too scared to expand and to reach out and to earn the things that I deserve? Why do I keep making this guy the money when I can do this on my own and I can make me the money? You know what I mean? So I've had to turn all of my boo-hoo, I can't do it, I'm going to screw it up, to no. What if this is worst case scenario? I come home and I'm in the same situation I'm in now and I got to try something else. Best case scenario, you guys, is I keep telling myself I've got this. I can do this. This is not impossible. Watch me grow. Watch me grow. Because you know what? I have had, and my biggest thing is tell me I can't do it. Because, you know, I'm from Ohio, and I'm not a big drinker, so hold my coffee and watch this crap. And I can't cuss on a featured show either. So move over, hold my coffee, and watch this. All right? Because my whole life, it's, oh, are you sure you can do that? What do you mean I can't change my own oil or my alternator? All right, fine. I went to school and I took automotive classes. I went to school for automotive. Okay, so now I can't do cars? I'm trained. Okay. And then I was told women can't do construction. Women don't belong in that field. Women can't do this. Women don't belong on a roof. And I thought, I don't belong. Literally the next week I had a job working on roofs. And I did that for 2 years. I love pushing myself, but it's almost like I need someone to tell me I can't do it, or I'm in this awful And this is again, this is my own issue. I get in this awful cycle in my head. If someone goes, you can't do that. Oh, well, excuse me. I'm going to make sure that I do it, because guess what? Nobody tells Lily what she can't do. Okay. I mean, aside from like, you know, illegal stuff and stuff that's going to put me in prison, I don't want to do that stuff. Right. But if y'all are like cheering me on, you've got this, you can do this, you're going to do this. My brain switches to, oh my God, I'm going to disappoint them. Oh my God, what if I fail? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So if I don't have one person telling me I can't do it, I become the person to tell myself I can't do it. Like, what is wrong with my brain? If I have 100 people in this room right now, myself included, and I'm the only one that's questioning my abilities, why do I still do it? Why, guys, do we still question ourselves like that? We know what we're capable of. And sometimes what I think the craziest part about all of this is when we finally try, and when we finally give something we've been so afraid to do our all, how much more you were capable of than you ever possibly imagined. How many of you guys have gone into something and you weren't sure if you could do it, and you did so much better than you could have possibly imagined? I didn't think I'd be working on houses for 10 years. I didn't think I'd be left alone to run jobs by myself. And I sure didn't think when I started this I'd have my own business, let alone now traveling 12 hours south to prove to people I can do this and learn a new trade in the process. Me 10 years ago would have been running from this. I'd have been back in the bar, working the bars, because that's where I make the best money, right? I make the best money behind a bar, but I don't want to be a bartender. I don't want to be around that type of stuff anymore. So I had to find a different way for me to make money. So this is where I'm at now, but it has taken years and years of me having to convince myself that I could do this. And like, I didn't think I could get my own business started. And it's been somewhat of a struggle, but again, I haven't really given it my all, because if I don't really give it my all and I fail, I didn't really try, right? So this move that I'm making now is to foolproof that, into me pushing myself to do more than I think I'm capable of, because I am capable. Sorry, that was like a full-blown rant. I feel a lot better getting that off my chest. Now, my second question for you guys. It is really scary to make changes, you guys. It's scary to put yourself in situations where you might lose everything. You know, if you invest into your business, you know, or you invest in a home, or no matter what you invest in, at any time things could go crazy. But also, it can continue to be the most amazing decision you ever made. And I think that a lot of that depends on how you look at it and how hard you work to keep it. Because we can all work really hard to get something, but in order to maintain it, you've got to continue to work just as hard. And I feel like a lot of us could probably use some better work ethics. My papa wouldn't let me have a crappy work ethic. Like, you work. And he had also said, which I didn't follow, which I will now, is if you can't pay cash for it, you probably haven't earned it. And I went, ouch. But I get it now. Because you're trying to live a life that's beyond your means, which means you're going to make yourself struggle more than you already are. Damn old man. Always right. But my elders knew nothing, because I was smarter than all of the rest of them. All right. All right. Question number 2. Give me a new activity you guys want to try. Tell me something you've never done that you'd like to do. Me, I want to skydive, like from an airplane. Like, take me out of an airplane. Again, guys, if you're just tuning in, we are about to have Cap Girl on in a couple minutes. And you missed Trey, who pretty much said what I'm saying, and that is listen to those around you, especially if they are experienced in whatever you're learning. Like if you're like 20 and your mom is like, hey, that's probably a bad idea, at least consider listening. And then the other thing, make sure you tell her thank you when you're older, because you 20-year-olds stress us parents of you 20-year-olds out to the holy high ends. Okay? Like my 22-year-old, I question if he was born with a brain sometimes, okay? I really do. But he, like myself, has to learn everything the hard way, so I can just sit back, cross my fingers, and pray. Holy Jesus. Holy Jesus. Oh, my God. All right, so what is something you guys want to try that you haven't done? I want to skydive. What about you? Scuba diving, that would be so much fun, too. That's like the opposite of what I want to do. I'm all about these new adventures. Like I want to do a long backpacking trip for sure. Spearfishing? Oh, I've done bow fishing with the fish. That was super cool. I didn't hit a fish, but I came really close. Would work with your, okay, nice. Backpacking in Europe? Yes. Thank you for the gifts. Oh, BTL. Oh, God. I would love that, too. So, Mackle, it's not everything in life if it's your dream, but, like, there's a lot. I'm going to say 90% of things, somebody older than you with experience is going to know better. If it's especially in the work field, like if you're 22 years old and you're starting a job and your superior 50, 60-year-old, something like that, has advice, chances are you should listen. Now, if you've got a dream, don't ever let anybody tell you and hold you back from that. I 100% think that that's wrong. If you have a dream, you should pursue it. I don't care who tries to hold you back. But like Trey said, if your mom says don't go inside the mini fridge, there's only one way to open it. It's from the outside and you're going to get locked in. And then you decide to try that. Now you're stuck in a mini fridge. Right? Like you probably should have listened. You know, to our parents, they say, put away a percentage of your check. Save, 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 save. We don't save. We spend, spend, spend. Now, I'm not saying if you have a dream to be an astronaut and your dad's a drunk or your mom's a something, you know what I mean? And they're just Debbie Downers or negative Nancys or terrible Teds, whatever. You don't have to follow that type of life, right? I am by no means saying don't follow your dreams. But I am saying that there's a lot of things in life that we could like get through a lot easier if we just listen to our elders. And in fact, if we listened to our elders when we actually had an idea that we thought could be better than theirs, they might also listen versus us just constantly arguing with the elders. Scott, I can't respond to that right now, but I don't I have no idea, lady. I have no idea. All right, self-care tip. I got to get through 2 of them. Cap Girl. All right, she's in the box. I will give you a heads up. I will give you a heads up before I hit that button. We're going to do 2 tips and then get you in the box, okay? Self-care tip. Let me put my glasses on. It is better with the glasses now. Dang it. Let's see. Where's one we have? Ooh. All right, here we go. Practice daily gratitude. Important in maintaining a positive mindset. You can have a notebook bedside. to write down 3 positives every night before you go to bed or every morning when you wake up or whatever. Just have a notebook where every time you start getting like, oh my God, my life is terrible and it's falling apart and I can't pay this bill. Oh, right? Bad. My boss yelled at me. I forgot my lunch. I spilled coffee on myself. We're going to lay there and 9 times out of 10, our brain prioritizes the negative, right? So once you get in that and you grab your notebook and you're like, you know what? No. I stopped at my favorite breakfast place and had that amazing bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. My God, my kid got into AP classes at school. And all of my plants are watered, fertilized, and healthy. That is 3 positive things. So now I, with intention, have forced myself to change from the ooh boo-hoo to the yay, because I don't know if y'all are aware, but positivity breeds positivity and negativity breeds negativity. So if you're one of those people that's constantly like, my life sucks and it's falling apart and it's going to hell and if that's what you portray and if that's what you believe, instead of making bad moments, you make a moment turn into a day, and a day into a week, and a week into a month. And the next thing you know, you're just always miserable because you've forgotten about the good. So definitely make sure that somehow you write it down. Don't think it, write it down every day. 3 things that you're thankful for, and try to trick your brain into that positive mindset. Okay. I'm going to say, get your butts outside. For most of us, the weather's gorgeous. Get outside, enjoy nature, take your socks and shoes off, walk in the sand, walk in the grass. Just don't walk where the dogs go. That's gross. But yeah, get your bare feet on the ground, outside. Get your butt outside, put your bare feet on the ground. I'm serious. And just stand there for a minute, or you can sit down with your feet. I'm telling you, just for 5-10 minutes, it will change your day. All right, Cap Girl, you ready? We're going to get her in the box, and she's going to hit home with her topic for me today. More so than Trey did. All right. I'll wait for her to tell me that she's ready, because I don't want to push the button and kids are doing something or she needs another second. So we'll give her your good. All right, here we go. And again, you guys, please favor Cap Girl. It's not easy. I said let her in. It's not easy being on this show. You do have to make yourself vulnerable. So hit her with the fave. Check her out.
Hey, guys. I just want to thank all of my favorite people for coming in and cheering me up, cheering me on. But yeah.
Isn't that awesome when you're around and you get to see your peeps when they come and they cheer you on and support you?
Yeah, it's so nice. It's like, yeah. Thank you, guys.
And seeing the emojis, that's something else too, that if you guys are supporting or watching a featured show, spam the heck out of those emojis. Like the Guessing Cap Girls is a little happy devil. So just spam the happy devils for her, like it really helps whoever's in the box or whoever's a guest feel more comfortable, like her people or his people are with them. So, all right, Cap Girl, thank you for being here. And I'm going to ask you, oh, God, with a little bit of hesitation, because I already know how hard this is going to be me to listen to. But tell these folks what we are going to be talking about today.
So we're going to be talking about how much I've changed in the last 2 years. I used to go from relationship to relationship to relationship. And if it didn't work out, stop. Please. We talked about this. Sorry. And then like how I just changed so much in the last 2 years, and I haven't dated at all. And I used to always look to guys to like change me or make me whole, and how I stopped doing that. And I've just been working on myself and just stopping that like roller coaster, I guess, as you would say, because I would be single for like a week and then I'd go back into another relationship. So yeah, so just kind of like,
I'm hearing a journey to loving yourself, sort of, and
Yeah.
making yourself happy.
yes, and not needing somebody else to find that something within me and finding it for myself. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So, what do you think was the moment when you realized that you were ultimately in charge of your own happiness?
I think I've always known that. It just was not following that because I've been in therapy my whole life. I've always taken courses and I've done lots of self-help readings and just like continuously have always worked on myself. So it wasn't that I wasn't, it was that I was like reading these books and then I'd be single for like maybe 2 weeks instead of a week. And then I'd like be like, oh, I'm good. Thank you. And so I just stopped that. And I was like, no, I can't be waiting for a man to fix me when I need to be fixing myself.
Yeah, like I said, that topic was gonna hit for me because it took me until I was in my mid-30s to finally realize that it doesn't matter who's in my life. If I'm not happy with myself, nobody else is gonna just pop into my life and make me happy. We ultimately have to be happy with what we're doing and who we are to be happy with anybody else, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
I'm sorry this is happening. She promised me she would behave, but no.
it happens to the best of us. It happens.
You're not if you're not behaving, and you're not behaving right now. Then stop. Sorry.
She's okay. Hey, my dog's barking. My grandson's been here. It's part of the live stuff, right? We deal with it. Plus, kids are
for the
cute,
first
so
40
okay.
minutes, but then it was like, okay. She was like, I can't do it anymore. So yeah. And she's used to me always being with her, so it's like the second I look away, it's yeah. But anyway,
I keep dum-dums on hand for that. The little, I don't want to say the SUCKERS, and I'm like, here, 5 more minutes.
yeah, I wish that doesn't work with her.
No.
No.
Snacks always kept my kids quiet. That was my one go-to with them. Okay, so now that you have focused on yourself, what do you think your biggest change has been to this self-love, self-care process for you?
Just not feeling like I need to have somebody and I'm miserable and I'm not worth it if I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and that's been like something I've never felt before. And I'm like just wanting to like build friendships and wanting to build like, so for me it was just like, so now they're working on my roof.
you're good. So how is your like, how do you feel about your kind of like everyday, your day-to-day life now that you're focusing on you and you're doing the things that make you happier?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
How is your day-to-day, like how do you feel about your day-to-day now versus when you were constantly chasing for someone else to fulfill that for you?
Just that I can like do it. Like I don't have to be depressed that I don't have somebody when I don't have somebody. And like it changes my whole world really, because I'm not waiting for that like self-satisfaction in somebody else, whereas I can find it for myself, So it is. It's a total different feeling where you're like, I can do this. We got this. What can I do to make our lives better? I have 3 girls at home and I have 4 kids, but one's 21. So I have 3 at home and, they need me. They need me to not be miserable if I'm in a fight with my partner, not be miserable after it hasn't worked for the 10th time. And, like they need me to be even keeled so that I'm there, and I'm not crying and I'm not miserable and, yes, I am so much happier. Yeah. So,
I
you know, it's a huge difference.
I think for me, the hardest realization for me was that it doesn't matter who I date, you know, I would settle, and I'd settle for less than what I knew I deserved, or for someone with, you know, not that didn't have what I personally wanted. You know, like
Right.
right now, I love camping and backpacking, and I want to do the, you know, where I'm walking 10, 12 miles a day, just walking, and these are things that I've denied myself, and so that's like a requirement. You know, if you can't keep up, get out the way. Like, it's no longer about me chasing for somebody to come make me happy. It's, I'm going to chase my dreams, I'm going to do what I want, and if you want to tag along, we'll see what happens. But no longer will I expect anybody else. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, if Cap Girl and I were going out to hang out for the day and we got a whole fun day planned, it doesn't mean we can't have fun together. It doesn't mean that if I'm having a rough day, she can't make my day better. But at the end of the day, you've got to truly love yourself, know exactly what you're looking for, and not settle for less. You know, you
Right.
can't just chase other people to fill voids that they can't fill.
Absolutely.
God, I've been thinking about this all week. Like, because it's really hard to really focus on yourself. It's probably the hardest thing is an adult that we can do is to put ourselves first, especially when we have kids, and to be honest with what we want, and to be honest with other people about what we want.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's hard. You know, well, what if they don't like me because, you know, I secretly have, you know, whatever hobby that you think is weird. I'm not going to label something because one of y'all might do it and get mad, but you think something's weird and they're doing it. Okay, well, that doesn't mean y'all can't be friends. I'm just not going to join you when you're doing whatever weird thing you're doing. You do you for that, right? But that
Yep.
doesn't mean that we can't be friends if I don't find it interesting. But that also doesn't mean that you should stop doing it because I don't like it and you want to be my friend. If I'm your friend, I will accept your weirdness in a complete full matter, full form. I will absorb and embrace your weirdness because I'm going to hope you're going to embrace mine, because I promise you, I do weird stuff too. I have weird hobbies and habits from most women, I guess, at least. So it's really important. Yeah, this was definitely a killer topic, Cap Girl. Before I let you go, holy crap, you did good. We talked a lot on that. So it's almost 11. Is there anything else that you wanted to add to that before I ask you a couple of questions about you?
No, I just really want to thank everybody who came out to support me. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are amazing. And I just love my friends. Yeah, you guys are just amazing. Thank you.
Amazing people are brought together with amazing people. I believe that wholeheartedly. So, Cap Girl, when do you stream? When can we find you?
I kind of just got into streaming again about a week and a half ago, to be honest with you. And it's kind of all over the place right now. Oh, yay, Miss Chaos. That's awesome. Please come by and say hi to me. Hey, Mel. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so it's just like, yeah, I stream whenever I can, whenever my kids will let me. Basically, tonight I will be, because my friend is taking my 6-year-old who is the most work. So, yay.
What do we find when we join your stream? What do you like to do? What do you do in your streams?
I just like to spread positivity and just like be so nice to everybody, and just, you know, like brighten people's days is my favorite thing to do, and just, you know, just be friends and just spread the positivity, basically.
Nice. Do you have any events coming up that you're in? Auctions, battles, other featured shows?
Literally my very first show, so I'm just like gonna be like, yay, I did one.
You did it, and you did excellent.
Yeah.
You did excellent.
I love
All right,
you guys
Cap,
too.
I will let you go. I thank you so much again for being on here. If you have not done so already, please hit her with a favorite. Go check her out. Her hours are random, but that's part of being a single mom. My youngest is 12. I've got 12 and 22, and even with them, sometimes you don't get to follow through with everything. So here's a part of the show where I ask you guys to let everybody know what other featured shows that you will be attending throughout the rest of this week or earlier in the week. They were both amazing. Both of them hit me right in the gut with topics, you know. I know today at noon is Boss Branding. I know tomorrow night at 7 is Triple L's Live, Laugh, Learn. I know that Sunday, Good Listeners show is 6 p.m. I know I'm missing a bunch. But if you guys have your featured show, please put it down. Are you nice? Put it down in the comments. Let everybody know. Because, you know, sometimes we don't check out a show. It's not necessarily at a time of day. But if you mention it in the comments right now, you could definitely, I'm reading the comment. It definitely help your whoever features the show host. You can help them maybe get a couple more views. No, thank you for being here. Hopefully you guys got some good amount of favorites. You guys both were amazing today. Seriously. I have no problem telling y'all. This Sunday at 7:30 p.m. I think we're going to do that one. At 7:30 p.m. until I think around 10, I am hosting Let's Get Tropical auction. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hence, you know, I've got the tropical theme going on back here already. Cat Girl, it wasn't as bad as you think. I don't think it wasn't that bad. I promise. I'd have muted you if it was that bad. Again, you guys, if you're just tuning in, this is Lessons Learned. It is a featured show. We meet here every week at 10 a.m. I am Silly Lily, and our lessons today were, at the end of the day, you are the only person that's going to make yourself happy. Other people can help, but you have to be happy with yourself before that's possible. Okay? And you can argue that with me if you'd like, but I will pull up some statistics. You can pull up your statistics to try to back how relying on only other people to be happy works for you, but I think I'll win. But anyways, then Trey said how sometimes you really should just listen to the elders and to the more experienced because we really can help you. But because somebody always has to take that and push the statement a little too far, there are a certain minor, small percentage of adults that maybe are not beneficial to your well-being. So that being said, if you have a dream, do not let any adult try to tell you no. Okay? If you want it, go for it. But be prepared to put the work in. Okay? You got to work hard. Here, Jay, screenshot quick. This is what we will answer next week. It says, I've done well, but the reason is pretty simple. I've worked my butt off. I didn't realize that had a bad word until right now. The toughest thing a performer can do is make it look as if it comes easy. What one thing have you worked the hardest at? Don't answer this now. This is what we're going to start. Screenshot it, and this is what we're going to start next Friday's show off with. Okay? I think we're not featured. Not featured. Okay. So we're going to put this one in the book. Next week's show, I'm not going to be home. We're going to have a new setup. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it from where I'm at or if I'm going to have to find like a coffee shop, and it could get interesting. But we'll figure it out. All right, I can pack this up in my bag right now. But hey, guys, really quick, thank you for the favorites. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for being here. But more than anything, thank you for your time, especially for my guests. Because like I said, making yourself vulnerable is not an easy task. So make sure y'all have favorited the guests, favorite each other that's down here.